Hope you had a good weekend. The one word I kept thinking about all weekend was Soros. George Soros. I do have a bulletproof car, George. I just want you to know. George Soros. I'm going to show you this tonight. I'm going to spend an hour on this. I want you to DVD, write down, take notes, look into this. We're going to be talking a little bit about this in the next few days. This is, I like to call it the circle of life, as it is now, understood in America. You could also call it, it's a small world. It's a small world after all. I like to call it instead Crime Inc. Here's how you play the game. First of all, you have to be somebody who is in with the administration. If you're in with George Soros and the administration, you can play. You start here and you just go around, okay? Starts with George Soros. He's the billionaire progressive activist who doesn't mind throwing his money around. His seemingly unending quest for big government control is kind of strange, perplexing to me, honestly, because he was born in Budapest, Hungary. His dad was a Hungarian Jew who was a prisoner of war in World War I. Soros eventually found his way to New York City in 1956. Oh, I've been happy about that ever since. By 1970, he had set up hedge funds that could help him make his fortune. He's the guy who helped collapse the British sterling. Yet he spent millions of that fortune on things like progressive blog sites like Media Matters, where bloggers can earn six-figure salaries just to sit around in their underpants and distort conservative words all day. He started the Open Society Institute, which seeks fairness and justice. He also helped start the Tides Foundation, which among its many super classics are the anti-capitalist Story of Stuff indoctrination video. That's George Soros money. Great. Shown in schools all across America to warp your children's brains and to make sure they know how evil capitalism is. He's also a globalist. He's one of the power players trying to establish a new world. Watch when he says it. Notice how he stumbles every time he says this, because he's like, uh-oh, I'm really spooky dude saying new world order, probably freaking people out. Watch him. He'll stumble every time he talks about establishing.
You really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, yeah. Financial world order. So I think you need a new world order, yeah. That China has to be part of the process of creating it.
Yeah. I just want to say, I just believe we should have a new, oh no, I shouldn't be saying this on television. What else could I say? A new world order. He's also a guy, I don't know if he's a radical that has been trying to implement the Cloward and Piven strategy on collapsing the system, but he's one of the guys who's capitalizing on it. He's one of the guys looking to replace the capitalist system once it has been destroyed.
I believe that basically the system is broke and needs to be reconstituted. Mm-hmm. The system we have now has actually broken down, only we haven't quite recognized it. No. And so you need to create a new one. And this is the time to do it.
Yes, a new world order. What did I tell you a couple of weeks ago? I said, look, America, they're using this time. What are you doing with your time? They're using their time to get filthy rich and create a new world order. Did I say that out loud? Yes. Yes, you did. Perhaps his most effective creation is the Center for American Progress. That's next on our big Crime Inc. wheel. George Soros takes some of his spooky dude money and forms the Center for American Progress. Formed in 2003, he promised $3 million, but that number could be much higher, as Soros admits to spending $500 million a year on his various foundations. It's important to see what Soros is investing in. Could there possibly be any conflicts of interest? No, they're looking out for you. Through his Soros Fund Management Hedge Fund, Soros is heavily invested. I just want to show this. First, we start here. Crime Inc. George Soros, spooky dude. He starts Center for American Progress, headed by John Podesta. Center for American Progress with John Podesta selects the Obama transition team. Isn't this great so far? Next step, Soros. Soros is thinking about buying, almost $1 billion to Petrobras. Yeah, now this caught my attention. Seemingly nobody else has caught this one. That's weird, because by the time we get to the end of Crime Inc. here, whoa, you're going to think that is strange. Remember, Petrobras, Brazil's state-controlled oil behemoth. They've netted $15 billion in profits just last year. As of March 31st this year, SEC filings show Soros has $637 million invested in Petrobras. Yeah. Last December, the fund had $9 million invested in the company, making Petrobras one of the fund's 2 largest stakes. Got it? 2. One of the 2 largest stakes that we can find in Soros's investments. Now, what was it that he saw that the rest of the world didn't? I'm not sure if he knew that the administration would be making a $2 billion preliminary commitment for Petrobras. For exploration, just days after he strengthened his investment. Isn't that weird? You see, he's got some connections here, but I'm sure he had no idea what was coming on the other side of the circle. No. It's probably just another one of those bad luck situations for Obama, because this doesn't seem to pass the smell test at all. No. Billionaire investor dumps money into a state-controlled Brazilian oil company. Days later, the American administration dumps $2 billion into the exact same company. What are the odds, Gilligan? Let's go here. George Soros starts a Center for American Progress with John Podesta. John Podesta's Center for American Progress selects the Obama transition team. Okay. Soros buys $900 million in gasoline. Then, in a completely unrelated story, BP has their oil spill. But wait a minute. Who's this guy? Is the guy who does all the lobbying for BP? Certainly. I'm sorry, Tony Podesta, certainly no relation to John Podesta, other than their brothers. We'll have to come back to that one later in the show. So then, Center for American Progress starts to make Obama policy. This one, we'll show you, laid out by Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal. One of the policies, cap and trade, which goes right to Crime Inc. and all of the Obama friends with the climate exchange in Chicago. That's weird. Then Obama suspends the deep water drilling at 1,500 meters. He says, hey, that's dangerous. 1,500 meters, that's crazy. Petrobras is drilling at 2,777 meters. Obama knows it and loans $2 billion to Petrobras. Last stop, Petrobras shareholders get rich. Oh my gosh, we're back at the beginning. Shareholder, Petrobras getting rich. You getting screwed. You see how this works? This administration is crippling the American competitors of Petrobras right now. The biggest winner in this oil spill and all of these things is Petrobras. Mind you, this is a multi-billion-dollar company that rakes in tens of billions of dollars in profit each and every year. Why would we loan Petrobras $2 billion? Why would we be loaning and investing in another country's offshore drilling while banning ours? Circle of crime keeps going around.